Okay, we're back with part 2 of this turtle cleaning video. Just going to do the same thing on the rear. Slice along that shell. See the tail's right in fighting you. It'll come right to the other side. Just slice right along the shell again. Separate that skin. Like I said, this looks horribly cruel, but the head's been off this turtle for a good hour now, so there ain't no brain to feel anything. It's just reaction to the stimulating touch to the muscle. There's no brain in this turtle. Now, this side's a little different than the front. You don't cut the skin, you just want to get a hold of it somehow and skin everything off of it, just like you did the front. Like I said, they will fight you all the way the whole time you're doing it. A lot of people don't mess with these anymore, but I really enjoy it. It's a delicacy that I don't get very often. A few times, once every couple of years I'll get a few. A friend of mine caught this one and brought it to me. He don't know how to clean them. He said, if I want them, I can have them. And I said, I'll sure take them. They are a pain in the rear with this kicking and fighting. Not too bad, I'm getting there here. Anywhere you cut, they draw up. Anywhere you touch, anyway. So, we've got it down to where the foot was. I said if you've seen video 1, I've removed the feet right off the bat because they do have claws, and you don't want to be doing this when they're clawing you. But you just gotta fucking wrestle them down and get that skin off. I'm gonna go ahead and work on the other side. Heart's still beating from the first episode. They're truly a prehistoric beast. That's why I just hate to see when somebody shoots one and lets it sink to the bottom. If you're going to kill them, at least give them to somebody. Find somebody that will enjoy them. There ain't too many of us old hillbillies out here still. It'll take the time to clean and eat them, but we're out here. I'm not even that old. I'm only 40 years old. Grew up in a small town with a lot of creeks around, and I learned to do this when I was really young. About 14 I learned how to clean these, and I've loved them ever since. I about got the skin separated from the back 2 legs. So what I'm going to do now is just start here in the middle, peel it loose. If you leave a little red meat on the skin, it's not going to hurt anything. You can spend 5 hours doing it, or you can lose 6 bites of meat. It doesn't really, it's up to you how you want to do it. But we're getting to the point now where you ain't going to have much left to kick with. Get this skin separated back to this tail. It's just fat there. Just separate it all the way back to that tail, just like anything else that you skin, a deer or anything. Just peel the skin from the meat the best you can. They make it difficult. Now that big white thing is its rectum, its intestine. Try not to cut through that quite yet. Keep everything as clean as we can. Now I'm going to go ahead and separate these legs because I'm tired of fighting with them. And that'll be one less thing that'll kick me and claw me when I'm trying to get this meat out of here. Because they're making it really a pain in the butt, and they will every time. Just something you got to deal with. Okay, same thing. Right in here, there's two big ball joints. All I got to do is pull that leg out. I mean, it's not hard to feel right in there. It's just a ball joint. Use my old knife again. Kind of just slice down in through there, through the meat, all the way around, till you find this joint. And if you open it up and they got ping pong balls in them, that's eggs. They look just like ping pong balls. Nothing in this one. This might be male already laid, but just like a chicken leg again. Find that ball joint and just get your knife inside the joint and crack it to separate it. There's the joint, right there. Now, if you have to, just twist. And you pop that joint, and this leg should come right out. Well, sometime. I can see the ball. I've got the ball separated, so now I just need to cut the meat loose. Ball in socket. Leave that fat right in there. There's your ball. Now that piece of meat right there, take that gelatinous fat looking material off of it, wash it up, and it's ready for the crock pot. You don't need to cut them apart or nothing. One little piece, ready to go. Same thing on this side. Cut down to where you can expose the white bone there. Knife in that socket and pop it. I found this one a little quicker than I did that other side. It's been a couple years, fellas, since I've cleaned one of these, so bear with me. I mean, it takes me 35, 40 minutes. I don't mind. It's worth it in the end. There's that piece. That rear leg is out. Now, there ain't much left to fight me. So now all I want to do is skin this tail out a little ways. Because there is a little meat on it if you so desire. You can skin it down a couple inches, or if you really, really want to, you can skin her to the tip. It's up to you. I don't go that far with it. Not a whole lot of meat there. It still will not quit curling on me. I mean, they do not want to stop fighting. Okay, got most of that loose. All we're doing is just peeling that skin back like we're taking a sock off. Alright, I'm going to stop there. Now, Put your knife underneath that big white piece, slice it loose. Don't want to mess with that. That's not something you're going to eat. Slice around this tail. And just bust her loose. Get rid of that tail. Okay. Got a little piece of skin. We'll get that here in a second. Now, you're down to the back. This is the last piece of meat for now. All you want to do is separate these organs. Anything that's attaching the liver and stuff to the meat, slice it loose. Now, same deal. There's one nugget of bone right here toward the back that attaches this thing in. Same deal. You got to get your knife down in there with a hammer or cleaver, or whichever you choose, and you got to bust it loose. Right in from the back, right in there. Just pop it loose. Take your hammer. Any meat that's hooked to the bone, just go slice through it. Stay close to the shell, you'll lose less meat. You want to use an old knife when you get down around this bone and start beating and hammering, because you'll tear up the knife pretty good. So use an old one. A couple little tendon spots you got to get that are hooked to the shell there. Basically all that piece right there, and then you can just twist it once you get everything kind of loosened up, and just pop it. And just cut all these ligaments and whatnot. Try to leave that white, long white thing intact, your intestine and whatnot. Leave that intact. And I'll show you what I mean. That long white thing right there. Don't cut it. Now that you've got that done, there that long piece is. It goes right through this thing. What you want to do, slice on both sides of it and separate that red meat. Try not to cut through it, just cut through the meat. Now, on either side, you can feel a bone. On either side of that white piece, that white intestine, there's a small round bone. Get you some dikes or Kleins, wire cutter, and cut right through those on both sides. And separate the meat on either side. And the top piece will come right off. That's basically a back piece, like a chicken back. A little bit of meat, a little bit of bone. There's your long white intestine. And all you do is pull up on it, slice right underneath of it along the meat, and you remove it. Never cut through it, so you don't get any yucky stuff on your meat. Just like that. There's your last back piece. Got a little chunk of skin we'll have to peel off there. We'll do that when we go to put it in the fridge. Now, that's your turtle. She's clean. That's a bounty of meat right there, boys. Nice bounty of meat. But just when you thought you were done, there's more. Some of the best. Some of you are getting ready to yell at me right now and go, how the heck did he miss that? He don't know nothing. Well, it's in here. Slice everything loose, lift the organs up, and just cut along them. All you want to do is just separate them and get them out of there. A little bit of membrane here and there holding them on. You could quit and leave the insides intact and just never even dig them out of here and just throw the shell and all out. But if you want this meat, which is not a lot, but what's there is all white meat. Oh, poked myself. Little turtle DNA. Damn it. Alright. Now we've got them out of there. Okay. There it is. See those little ribs? Take your pair of Kleins or cutters. Cut all the way down on both sides. Okay. Once you get those off there, start to tear them out. I'll pull a little bit of meat with it. We'll slice them out. Now, you just take your knife and get underneath there and on either side and kind of loosen it up. You can get your fingers under it. Just kind of lift and slice along either side. And that muscle is just a twitching. One more here at the back, kind of hidden. Just work your way around and under it. What you're going to pull out of there is a big white strip of meat. That's your turtle backstrap, your turtle loins. Repeat the process on the other side. You'll have all that out of there. And that's all your meat. There's probably 7 or 8 good pounds of meat out of this 15, 18 pound turtle here. Those front pieces, you can just cook them whole, or like I do, there's another ball and socket. And this piece here sticks up, this long bone, there's a ball and socket just at the base of that. See that piece right there? This piece of meat is still fighting me. It's not connected to the turtle anymore. It's completely separated, and it's still kicking and it's still squirming. There's a ball and socket right in here in the center of this front leg. Right there, I've exposed it. Right there. Completely opened up, just like a knuckle on a chicken leg is what it is. Cut through that knuckle, and you'll get more serving pieces out of your turtle for your guests. If you have to, just twist. They're tough. Okay, there's that separated. Do that on both sides. Clean all this clear and this yellow meat, this fat. Clean all that off. See, there's white meat right there, red meat. Do that same thing to both front legs. Like I said, you can feel the leg right there. Just hold on to the leg, cut right at the base of it. And you'll see right there is that big knuckle. Just a big round drumstick knuckle. You just want to slice around her or open her up. Just like that. And there you have it. Now I'm going to clean all this meat off later. I'm going to go ahead and throw it in the salt water, let her soak a minute, get that blood out of it. I'll get that other back strap out when I go off camera. But that's all there is to it, folks. They're just messy and you got to learn how to do it. But hopefully I'm explaining a little bit. I didn't get too much into detail because it had been over an hour, but there's a whole pan of meat right there. And there's the old telltale heart still beating. That's after almost 40 minutes of video. There you have it, folks. That's Catfish Redneck, showing you how to clean a turtle quickly the best I can. If you're having a beer, open a couple of them before you start, or mix you a couple drinks, whatever your pleasure. Well, hope you enjoy it. Hope you learned something. Anytime you can do it, get out and enjoy the great outdoors. Take a kid fishing. Peace. Signing out.